Okay. Hi, everyone. It's June 10, 2021, and let's discuss the global market update. It's a Thursday, so we're closing the week actually still strong, but we saw some profit taking last night amongst many strong names. Let me discuss the most important charts in my view. So last night was actually people taking profits. You could see that the likes of Tilray, QuantumScape were actually getting sold down. Let me show to you the charts of those names. A lot of the meme stocks were getting some profit taking. Initially, Tilray started with as high as $23, closing in at 21.4. But you could still see the volume has been spiking, showing to us that while there has been some profit taking, indeed, these stocks, meme stocks, continue to get some of that volume. So strong volume and higher prices, but you are already getting some slight profit taking. We're noticing as well that BlackBerry, of course, had a profit. Sorry, not BlackBerry. Bed Bath and Beyond had a huge profit taking from a high of $40. It opened 36 and closed $34. We are seeing already some froth getting taken away from the meme stocks. Let's take a look at your GME. GME already shared that GameStop actually had their earnings call last night. And the news is that Ryan Cohen is now the new CEO. Let me read to you the news about GME. The results actually beat. So I think that people would actually sell it, however, despite that, because of the valuations. So let's take a look at that. People are saying that GME is a scam or whatsoever. So let's take a look. The GameStop remakes a C-suite board in a turnaround push. GameStop is selling more shares after crushing views, naming a new CEO and CFO. GameStop is tapping an Amazon veteran as a CEO. Share sale plan sinks the stock. Let's take a look at that. Meme stocks are stumbling after GameStop discloses that the SEC is probing into the frenzy. So meme stocks stumble after GameStop. Okay, GME is hinting that Gary Gensler may be poking around more bank stocks. So bank stocks refer to B meaning your BlackBerry and Bed Bath and Beyond, A meaning your AMC, N meaning your Nokia, and G meaning your GameStop. So it's perhaps people already seeing that regulators are trying to sink the prices, and therefore we are getting a lot of profit taking last night. Let's take a look. Let's read the news. GameStop is tapping Amazon veteran. Share sale plan is sinking the stock. GameStop's tapping a pair of Amazon executives to lead the company and may eventually sell millions of additional shares to raise money as part of a drive to make it into an e-commerce powerhouse. Matt Furlong, who oversaw Amazon's Australian business, is going to be the CEO, while fellow Amazon veteran Mike Recupero will serve as the CFO, the video game seller said on Wednesday. Furlong starts on June 21. Recupero begins work on July 12. It seems like they are committed to the playbook of bringing in the Amazon DNA to run the company, managing partner at Loop Ventures said. The substance will come when we start hearing about their long-term plans. The stock is going to be selling many shares, like 5 million shares, through a so-called at-the-market program with a prospect of dilution not sitting well with current investors. Share sales are tumbling as much as 15% to $260 in late trading following the announcement. GameStop is also disclosing an investigation by the US SEC into the recent trading activity. So we're seeing already this unusual trading in GameStop, perhaps trading into a halt, and therefore people are already getting the profits while they can. So from the news itself, you're seeing already after hours drops. Anyway, GameStop already rose 100% ever since the crypto crash. And you're seeing that this is a potential profit taking already happening on GameStop. So for those who have GameStop or any of these BlackBerry, Bed Bath & Beyond, we are already out. So I'd say that get out. I'm out of Bed Bath & Beyond. I sold it actually at 39 area last night, the other day. And then last night, I sold my last position at $35. You're also seeing AMC. For those who still have AMC, looks like this is already going down. So this is the previous high, 72, a lower high at $60. Last night, this is continuing to go further south. Meme stocks are going down. There's a question on whether Tilray and Sundial can still go up. So far, Tilray is still going up. Sundial, however, is going down last night. It's not yet so down, but it's possible that with this GME AMC potential crackdown and more sales, it's possible that some people are getting panicking and it could fall. Like people can take profit. How low can Sundial go? Can it go to $1.90 or 80 cents? Potentially, yes, it's possible. It's in the realm of possibility. Now, what else has been happening last night? The short squeezes still remain. You're noticing that Clovis Oncology, CLVS, rose 30% last night. As far as I know, there was no strong news, although Clovis Oncology already had an FDA approval. So that said, Clovis Oncology is one of the biggest short ratios in terms of biotech names. And so I think this one went up more on the short interest ratio rather than a specific news. We have been buying here as well, 550 to 560, seeing that volume upsurge. But last night, some people would have taken profits. Me, however, I didn't take profit. I'm just holding on. I'm trying to see whether I could see Clovis Oncology as high as 9 or 10 and so forth. In terms of meme stocks, I think that the market is voyeuring still on crypto assets. Last night, there was, of course, news from Interactive Brokers. Interactive Brokers fell down, though. Initially, I thought people were welcoming it as a good thing, and then it actually sold down. Let me share to you the news that IBKR said. Interactive Brokers is now offering crypto trading by the end of July, or I think by start of July. Let me read it to you. Interactive Brokers is offering crypto trading in the next few months. It's actually gonna be a blow to the sector of to Coinbase being currently one of the strong market shares. So let me read the news to you. Interactive Brokers is now stepping deeper into cryptocurrencies with a plan to offer trading services. Customers certainly are asking for it, and we expect to be ready for them by the end of this summer. Chairman Thomas Peter Fee said on Wednesday at Piper Sandler Company's Global Exchange and FinTech Conference. Interactive Brokers joins a growing list of payment providers and online broker-dealers, allowing their customers to buy and sell cryptocurrencies, including Robinhood, Venmo's, PayPal, and Square. All right, so Square Cash App, of course, offers people to do buy and sell cryptocurrencies. The announcement from Peter Fee's company comes on the same day as El Salvador said it formally adopted Bitcoin as a legal tender, the first country to do so, after their president approved this landmark proposal. The 39-year-old president, Nayib Bukele, said in his Twitter profile, who has a laser eyes picture that is popular with devotees of cryptocurrencies, that the lawmakers approved the legislation by a supermajority. IB has previously offered customers a way to access trading in Bitcoin futures. While this move has been driven by customer demand, Peter Fee said that there are still lingering questions about the safety of this industry. We'll find out more about this when we open for business at the end of the summer, Peter Fee said at the conference. This is a strong win for cryptocurrencies, and in light of that, a lot of people actually made a front run already. Last night, Bitcoin dollar actually went from $32,000 to $37,000 on the eve of that IBKR news, and you're seeing actually a lot of cryptocurrencies follow suit. Some of the drop of Ethereum actually managed to stop the deepening losses from about 2.4 to about 2.5. You're seeing actually cryptocurrencies as a whole following still the BTCs. So when you look at the markets here, BTC going up tells you that some of the sell-off has been stemmed in the process. Because for the week, as you can see, for the week, cryptocurrencies were in a majority on the weak side. So it's actually right now in a middle zone. So it's a bull and bear environment for cryptocurrencies. It's in the middle range. So it's basically trendless. You can either say it's bullish and bearish. It's still stuck in a range. Now, what else can we say other than the meme stock frenzy? All right, so a few things to share. I'm seeing that healthcare names in general are rising. Let's take a look at some healthcare names. Ajax Therapeutics has been rising. You're noticing $1 to 170. So it's been rising, a small creep up. A lot of biotech names have actually been rising. Let me show to you from the healthcare zone what's been happening in that front. So I'm seeing that the biotech stocks have been slowly bottoming out one by one. You've got Bionano Genomics, you've got Clovis Oncology, VOR Biopharma is a cancer name that actually rose last night about 10% from its lows. Here at about $19, it's now trading at $21. This was an IPO that flopped 70% from its debut. And it seems as if with Biden actually pursuing a lot of dollars from the federal government to actually pursue cancer research, it seems as if VOR Biopharma in some sense is bottoming out already here at about 19 to 21. So for those who are interested with VOR Biopharma, for those who aren't aware who is VOR Biopharma, let's try to give you some news about this company. So they are engineering stem cells, unleashing the potential for targeted therapies, hide healthy cells, expose cancer cells. So they are a cell therapy company. Let's read more about VOR Biopharma. In their About page, we aim to transform the lives of cancer patients, pioneering engineered hematopoietic cell EHSC therapies to create next-generation treatment-resistant transplants, unlocking the potential of targeted therapies. We are a cell therapy company combining a novel patient engineering approach with a targeted therapy, providing a solution for patients suffering from hematological malignancies. Vor is the Norse goddess of wisdom, also known as the careful one. These qualities are reflected in VOR's ability to leverage the cumulative knowledge around a variety of recent technologies to carefully craft a new generation of HSCs hidden from targeted therapies. So this is, of course, led by Dr. Siddhartha Mukherjee, MD, DPhil, an assistant professor of medicine at Columbia University's Medical Center in the Department of Medicine and Division of Hematology and Oncology. Dr. Mukherjee and his team published a proof of concept study for the lead program in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences. Is known for his Pulitzer Prize-winning book, The Emperor of Maladies, A Biography of Cancer, where he describes the history of understanding cancer and treatments from ancient through our innovation-filled modern age. So the leadership, you can see the CEO is Mr. Robert Ang. Dr. Robert Ang is an MBBS and an MBA, formerly a very senior biotech executive, formerly a physician, a VC, and a strategy consultant. Prior to VOR, Dr. Ang was Chief Business Officer at Neon Therapeutics, serving as part of an early team that established the company prior to its Series A investment through its IPO. So before Neon, he also served as an SVP of Business Development at Bavaria Nordic, where he was primarily responsible for conducting a $1 billion transaction between the company and Bristol Myers Squibb. For Prosvac, this is a phase 3 immuno-oncology asset. Prior to Bavarian Nordic, Dr. Ang served as head of business development, medical affairs for Cadence Pharmaceuticals, working at Frazier Healthcare Ventures. Okay, so basically you're seeing that you've got a management team that is basically luminary. They've got expertise in genetic engineering. And if they're going to solve cancer, some people are going to bet on some cancer moonshots. So VOR Biopharma is a cancer moonshot play. You'll see that they raised money this year. Let me show to you more news. How much did they raise during IPO and at what what level? So right now, the market cap is $750 million. So that's like the total shares. That is the total market cap of the company today. You are seeing that they're reporting their results. As of May 6th, they reported their results. Let me show to you what they've done and their IPO during February. So it's early stage. Wait up. Kansi po. Wait up. Sorry. Okay lang. Nag-stream lang ako. Give me 10 minutes. Pwede ba? Bababa na lang. Okay, sorry. Okay, sorry, I'll be back. All right, so VOR, so they raised the money at a public offering price of $18 per share. So technically speaking, so that's the IPO price. So it was initially strong at $60, then went back straight to the IPO price. So perhaps this is already a support at $18, which this, and in the short term, what can I see? In the short term, VOR Biopharma has resistance here at 25 and 26. Okay, so what are the results? So far from their first quarter results, VOR is representing a lot of conferences, and they're showing their in-depth genomic characterization at the American Society of Gene and Cell Therapy annual meeting. It says here that for the first 3 months of the quarter 2021, they're announcing the second regulatory authority allowing the development of VOR33 in acute myeloid leukemia or AML patients with a Canadian clinical trial application clearance. The VOR team remains focused, delivering upon multiple clinical and operational milestones. We have established a strong foundation, generating several important catalysts over the next 12 to 24 months, which will demonstrate the potential of VOR's novel platform. We are also on track to enroll the first patient in our first phase half trial in the second quarter of 2021. So basically, it's very early stage in their stem cell therapies and in their engineering. Let's take a look on the highlights. Health Canada is clearing the CTA for the VOR33 clinical trial. This April, the company received a no objection letter from Health Canada for its CTA to conduct this clinical trial for VOR's lead engineered hematopoietic stem cell product candidate VOR33. The CTA clearance represents the second regulatory authority allowing development for AML patients following the US FDA clearance of VOR's investigational new drug in AML in January 2021. All right, so basically we're buying, if you're buying this company, it's an early stage company. And so you're really betting here on a moonshot play. Whether it happens or not, the risk, of course, is that at $20, it stays slowly here just at 18 to 20. But I'd argue that there are enough buyers already. And if you're right, it does go $25 or $30. So how high can it go? It's really up to your imagination for now. A few things happening. All right. So as I'm saying, a lot of the healthcare names are already slowly picking up steam. Clovis Oncology was a short interest bet. VOR Biopharma back to the IPO going up. Exact Sciences Diagnostics Research, Sarepta Therapeutics, Sorrento Therapeutics. These are actually diagnostics research company. Actually, for Sarepta, I'm not quite familiar what it does, but let me take a look at the chart as well. So Sarepta Therapeutics has been rising from $74 to $82 already after going down to from as high as $180. So we are seeing some pick up on SRPT. Sarepta Therapeutics is back near its about 3-year lows. The price of Sarepta or SRPT is actually at the lows of the last 3 years from $70 low to about $82 today. Let's take a look what Sarepta Therapeutics does. All right, SRPT stock. It is a medical research and drug development company with corporate offices and research facilities in Massachusetts, USA, with revenues of about $300 million. Is Sarepta Therapeutics a buy or a value trap? All right, so we'll try to understand a few things. Why am I showing these companies that I have no knowledge of? Well, basically from the sector, I'm seeing actually a technical money flow in the sector of biotechs. That's why I'm trying to understand the sector. So Sarepta Therapeutics is biotech, larger by 7x. Its market cap is about $6.7 billion. And we'll try to understand what has it been doing for the last 3 years. So Sarepta is higher after progress with muscular dystrophy drug trial. Says here, this is 5 growth stocks with down of 50% or more and upside of about 60 to 100%. So the fact that it's going up tells you that there are people bargain hunting on some of the highest risk names or some of the highest growth names, because cancer research is actually one of the most considered hard to be feasible in terms of commercial. So let's read this. For more than a decade, growth stocks have been virtually unstoppable. Low rates coupled with free federal spending, government and central bank has given the US economy access to cheap capital. The following are 5 growth stocks, down 50% and yet providing the highest upside if there are factors that are accurate. People are talking about Zoom Video, all right. Root, I'm not sure. This is an insurance company. Skills, Sarepta Therapeutics. Let me read about this one. Sarepta Therapeutics, since hitting an $182, have retraced to under $75, and yet forecasts are saying $134 per share. Sarepta has made a name for itself, focusing on patients for with Duchenne muscular dystrophy, DMD. This is a disease diagnosed in children that are characterized by degradation of muscle tissue over time and premature death. Although there is no FDA-approved cure, Sarepta has a trio of FDA-approved therapies targeting specific gene mutations for DMD patients. These treatments focus on increasing dystrophin production, which is used to strengthen and protect muscle fibers. The bulk of the decline was actually occurring in January when the company released the data from Part 1 of Study 102. This trial examined SRP 9001 in DMD patients aged 4 to 7. SRP 9001 is important because it utilizes an adeno-associated virus to deliver a gene to muscle tissues, encouraging the production of microdystrophin. Put another way, it moves the specific gene-by-gene mutations Sarepta has been targeting and would be applicable to more DMD patients if approved. So, all right. So, okay, I am aware that basically these stocks are very hard to understand. And so it's possible the reason why it's actually been floundering for the last 3 years. So why am I showing this? Investing in biotech carries its own risks, carries its own rewards. But if you've been looking at this company, a muscle atrophy, whatever that DMD, it went from $14 to 174 and then fell to $82 and $75. It seems to me that most biotech names have the capacity for that 10x move, and of course also a 50 to 70% drop. So the moment to invest in them is actually when they're getting hurt, mostly in the support areas. So I just wanted you to see that biotech currently is mostly in the support areas. So for instance, CLVS, when you're actually buying with a margin of safety, you get to have the benefits of an upside rather than a downside. So I'd say that the fact that for the last 3 years, Sarepta didn't go below $70 tells you that there is a definitive support here at 70. Unless it breaks 70, this is perhaps going to go higher. Okay, and of course, you can learn more about these growth stocks by yourself because you probably are more aware about therapeutics. Let me share to you more things. So Invitae, PacBio, all of them, all of their charts are actually bottoming out. You're seeing 1% gains. So this sector, in my view, is getting some love. Meanwhile, the SPACs are also getting some love. If you're noticing SPACs these days, let's take a look at some of them. CLII is going to change their name to EVgo. So take note what happened. From $10, it rose to about $14. $15 then got some profit taking. So in the last 2 days, a 50% rise triggered some profit taking. Therefore, what should you do if you have any of these SPAC positions? It means perhaps that you have to buy low and sell high, at least for the SPACs if it's a 50% move. So let's take a look at some names that are changing names this week. You know that ARIA is going to change to Nautilus Biotech this week. And so for the people who are assuming that it's going to do what CLII did and EVgo did, it's going to go from 10 to 14 or 15 and then go back to 12. So I think that ARIA is going to go higher rather than lower, $10 being supported. You're also seeing the same thing happen. There's a delay in AGC for those who are wondering whether this is going to go up. I thought as well that AGC will close into Grab this July. They actually gave a news that it might be end of the year. So let me give you the latest news on Grab and AGC. So a lot of people talked about the Grab merger date, but this was pushed back. So here, delayed to Q4. Let me read to you that. That means that some people who are trying to buy for a sell in this month are actually perhaps going to sell earlier. Let me read. Southeast Asia's Grab is going public through a merger expected to complete during the Q4. So it got delayed. It was supposed to close by July, but it went as late as Q4. So if you're willing to wait, that is about 6 months later, I think that Grab is a good name to get. So even if there was a delay, I'd say that people will still be interested to buy AGC, let's say if it goes 10 or 11 this week. So that's some news for you. Lots of profit taking happening. So let me now answer a few of your questions. Hi, Nikki. What are your thoughts on DOU? Should we hold For Douyu, because it is very near the bottom, I've been buying at $8. I've been buying any prices 8 below. So last night, 8.20 or $8. Even at 8.40, I'm willing to buy this name as I see that there's more upside rather than downside. So should Douyu go down to 7.5 tonight, I'm actually more bullish rather than bearish. Therefore, I am a buyer. Diaz asking, everyone is anticipating of the CPI, that is the Consumer Price Index. What are your thoughts? Actually, I'm not quite interested with a lot of macroeconomic data. Whatever volatility the market will throw at me, what I'll do with any volatility is to use any opportunities to buy companies that I believe upon. So I think last night, yes, esports fell like Douyu and Huya. It actually gave me an entry. So I've been buying Douyu. Um, Actually, I don't mind what happens with inflation stocks. If growth stocks get pummeled down tonight, I'll probably be watching. So it's not about what the numbers will be. I'm not really betting so much on the TLTs or the bonds. To be honest, treasuries are not. It's just not my cup of tea. So I don't really trade any of these TLTs or TBTs or any of these treasury bond options. So the options that I do take are stocks like warrants. So yeah, I do have some call options on Velodyne LiDAR. I still have that VLDR. So Velodyne LiDAR, I made the bet somewhere here about 10 below 970 buying it. Rose about 1270, 1280, and then got some profit taking. I do think that let's say tonight it falls down to 10. I think that there is more leeway for it to go back up rather than down. So I'd say that any volatility tonight or tomorrow should be seen more as a profit. Some people might take profits, as I've said, with the meme stocks. And when those are taking profits, it's possible that the money can be kept in cash or deployed in biotech. I'd say that people are deploying on biotech names. I am seeing bullish moves on science and research. The primary catalyst because of Biden reiterating that they have the government of US is investing solely in cutting edge research. And when you think about cutting edge research, that would be cancer related data, genomic sequencing. I'm seeing a bottom happen on genomic sequencing. Take note at what's happening in ARCG. So ARCG has been rising these past few days, 77 to 85. I do think that any dips here is going to be a buyer's paradise. So continue to buy more on the genomic revolution, whether it be the ETF, a simple ETF, or maybe you want to buy PacBio. Any dips near 28 or 27 is a buying opportunity. Let's say BNGO goes down to about $7, it will be a buying opportunity. Let's say Invitae goes down below $30, this is also a buying opportunity. CRISPR below 120, also a buying opportunity. Editas going 36 below is a buying opportunity. So I'm seeing a lot of buying opportunities in genomic revolution. I try to avoid things I'm not aware of. So the bond market is not something that I could understand. So I don't really mind. That's it. Thank you very much. Bye bye. Bye.